As the Leo Cup is approaching, I'm pretty sure most of us are currently making our aces for Leo Cup. If you have a look at the tier list, one of the strongest Uma is Curren, but one thing that you might have noticed is that she have a very bad aptitude, with A on sprint, D on mal, and G on medium. Are we actually cooked? Let's talk about the epithets first. Normally, when we run an Uma, we look for a very widespread aptitude and easy Uma to build, like Oguri Cap, for example, because she can simply do most of the races in track placer scenario. And one of the common route that we choose are usually either the triple tiara route or the triple crown route. Both of these are viable, but they are heavily based on Umas that have good aptitude on mall, medium, and long distance. And sure, this is fine if you have good spread aptitude Umas like Oguri Cap or Valentine Bourbon, for example, that are very easy to build, then you can just build them normally for the next Leo Cup. However, this becomes an issue when we are training for some of the meta Umas for the next Spring CM that have bad aptitudes. Some of them, namely, are Taiki Shuttle, Nishino Flower, and Current Chan. I want to talk first about the first two, which is Taiki Shuttle and Nishino Flower, because they have a better aptitudes and condition than Current Chan. We'll discuss Current Chan later on because she has a bit more complicated situation. Both of these sumas have similar aptitude, that is A on sprint, A on mal, but E on medium. You might notice that the easy way out is simply just bring tons of medium distance spark. This is actually super easy because if you bring like 7-star spark on medium or 10-star spark on medium, you can easily get them to B or A aptitude safely. After that, you can just simply do the sprint while medium rotation that I'm displaying currently. You can copy this simply and it will give you roughly plus 260 stats if you clear all the epithets and you don't lose any of the G1 races, which is not too bad compared to the Triple Crown route where it gives you plus 270 stats from the epithets. Now, the main problem then goes for Karen Chan, because if we take a look at her aptitude, she is actually cooked on the aptitude department, as D on mal and G on medium is kind of beyond saving. So what do we do now? Do we just get it to Mal A with 7-star Mal Spark and Medium C with 10-star Medium Spark? This is actually almost impossible to achieve unless you have been grinding parents and you have all those pink sparks in your parents. Not only that, with C on medium, it's still a very high chance that you lose a lot of races. So I present to you the other way, which is the sprint mall third rotation. Karan-chan herself has aptitude, which is easier to bring to C with only 7-star third spark. The thing is, surface aptitude also affects the power of the Uma, while distance sparks affects the speed of your Uma. This also contributes such that it is easier to win the races even with third C on third races rather than C on medium if you want to win the medium distance races. Obviously, you still need to pour in some more sparks to B at least, which is 4 for Karen Chan, to help her win more of those small races consistently. But it definitely makes the spark requirement bar for the parents lower, and you only need to borrow the third parents and provide your own mal parent spark. Now that we're ready, we can go into the actual rotation. We're pretty much just running all the sprint and mall races that we can, and obviously all the G1 races that are available. I adjusted this schedule so that it's optimized for the mood, so you don't need to care too much about the mood downs going around the races. That is, except the end of classic year and senior year, where we run 4 races in a row for the G1 races. The last race shouldn't matter because you are guaranteed to not get a mood down here. Obviously, this is only a template for the race, and when you actually do the race, you can swap the G2 or G3 races that you do depending on if it have the rifle icons for more stats, for example, or simply you are more confident with the sprint race because you have better aptitude than your mall distance race. It also doesn't really change than the usual way you play third placer. That is, if you see a good training turn on those race turns, by all means, improvise the schedule and hit the training instead of doing the G2 or G3 races. Surprisingly, if you do this rotation, you'll also get plus 260 stats at the end of the run from the epithets, which is actually similar to the sprint mall medium rotation. And triple Curren rotation only gives you plus 10 more stats than both of these rotation, so you're actually not that far behind. Another thing to note is that this sprint mall third rotation also applies to some of the Umas I mentioned previously, which is Nishino Flower as well. It's also even better for Taiki Shuttle, because her aptitude is already P on dirt, so you simply can just forget about the medium distance spark and go all in for your sprint as aptitude or turf as spark for better results. I also want to note that I only discussed the 3 meta Umas for the next sprint CMs, but this method also applies to Umas out there that has similarly poor aptitude for the trackplacer scenario. I hope this video helps and definitely good luck on building those Umas. I personally will also be building my own Karen Chan for the next Sprint CM, so all the best to you as well, all the Karen Oshi players. If you have further questions as well, I have a Discord server that you can join and ask there. And as always, thanks for watching and I'll catch you guys in the next one.